So just having my final cup of coffee before I head outside to do stage 7, the individual time trial on TugaZ tour. This is the Syco-list, let's get on with it. So here you go then, this is the start of stage 7 of the TugaZ tour, the compulsory individual time trial. Obviously a mass start again, all on TT bikes it looks like this week, and the giraffe facility is all switched off. So obviously being a mixed start, I knew that it would be hard to settle into a pace, but I was aiming for about an average of 275 watts for this, which will give me about 3.5 watts per kilo. So this course is fairly flat until it isn't, which is at the end. And this is the Libby Hill after party circuit. So we do loops around here, I think it's 4 or 5 loops of this top circuit before we head out towards Libby Hill, which has got the finish at the top of that. So as you can see, just settling into my own pace, my own rhythm. Not really worried about who's around me or chasing anybody down, because there's no draft facility, there's no reason to sit on people's wheels. It's just a case of getting my own power right and trying to manage my own race on this one, which I seem to do quite well initially when we start off. If I can hold it towards the end, I'm not sure, but sort of around the 300 watts to start with, but like I say, aiming for an average of 275 watts for this one if I can, which will give me around about 3.5 watts per kilo, which is not a bad target after a week of racing every day. So we'll see how we go. So as you can see now, the time trial has sort of settled in a little bit, and everyone's finding their own rhythms and their own pace and strategy on this one. I'm still around the 300 watts average at the moment, just coming up towards 7.5 minutes into this one. This course today is 32 kilometers in length. The elevation on it is minimal because it all happens at the end, but again, just trying to hold the power, stay on the sort of course for what I'm wanting to average at the end, and hope that I can achieve that. So not really a lot going on. Just want to say a massive thanks to the guys over at TugaZ Tour that have put this on. It's been a really enjoyable week of racing. Had to miss one day in the week, but other than that I've done every stage. They're all available on my YouTube channel, as you can see, and obviously raced the WTRL race on Tuesday as well. So really enjoying these tour series. This is the second one I've done now. The other one was a Flamme Rouge racing one earlier on in this year. So yeah, just really getting into the esports racing side of stuff now. Obviously winter's here, indoor training's taking over, but actually racing online is really enjoyable, and I'm enjoying making these videos for you. So big thumbs up to those guys at TugaZ Tour for doing this, and Cycling District for supporting it. Let's see how we get on tomorrow in the longer stage. As we come down here, one of the organisers is hot on my tail, and he pings a cheeky message to me there to say hi to his mum. Clearly going to look at his YouTube video later and see that. Cheers for organising it. Shout out to your mum as well. So 20 minutes into this one now, 13.5 kilometers down. Average power is at 297, heart rate at 161 at the moment. So I'm working on the pedals. My cadence I'm trying to keep above 90 at the moment. Sometimes it's up to 100, but trying to keep my cadence higher. One thing I notice when I start to get tired in races, my cadence drops, and then I put more pressure on my legs. So trying to keep the cadence high, trying to keep in that zone that I've set myself, getting some fluid in, keeping myself hydrated, keeping myself fueled for this race. It's all going to plan at the moment. I'm still where I need to be, still happy with it. So see how we get on towards the end and what I've got left in the tank to get up Libby Hill. So as you can tell, not a lot's really gone on with this time trial. It's still looping the top circuit at the moment, 26 minutes in now, coming up to 18 kilometers done. My power average is gradually dropping as I'm starting to get fatigued, which I knew it would because I went out quite quick. The coach always tells me to start off and then build up towards the end, but I seem to go out too quick and then slow down towards the end. So maybe I should work on my negative split and go the other way. But still there, still hanging in, still working hard. Definitely a hot day in the pain cave today, sweating like anything, so getting the fluid in as much as I can, keep myself hydrated. But yeah, just sitting around the same sort of place, 45th place out of 205 at the moment, but obviously a mixed category, so if I can finish in the top 30 of my own category, I'll be quite happy with that. But for me, it's just trying to work on the power figures. Like I said, 275 average would be good for this. It'd be just under an hour's worth of training as well. So let's see how we get on. So here we go then into the final 10 kilometers of this one. Still doing really well. My power figures still holding that position of 45th, so not really a lot of movement around me or people, so pacing's quite good. Obviously not getting dropped, not losing places anywhere, so sort of holding my own really in where I am. Just got to try and get this one over the line now with, like I say, nearly 9 kilometers now to go. Heart rate's still at 152, so still got room for manoeuvre there. Probably when I get to Libby Hill that will slightly increase, but 286 watts average, so just get this one over the line with 8.5 kilometers to go. So now that we've all got dizzy from doing loops on that top circuit, heading out towards Libby Hill now with just over 2.5 kilometers to go. This is fairly sort of flat rolling out to Libby Hill, and then you'll see for yourselves when we get there that Libby Hill kicks up to the finish line, which will be on the top of Libby Hill after party. So that's where the elevation we gain will come. So 2 kilometers to go before we get to the hill climb to finish. So here we go, moving in towards the start of the Libby Hill after party KOM. As you can see from the heads up display that will pop up in a minute, it's going to be quite an interesting one. It sort of steps in various parts as it switches back, but it's 0.6 kilometers in length, 6.4% average gradient. The couple of switchbacks are sort of 10-11% gradients as they turn back on themselves, but just got to sit in, do what I can and bring this race home. Being an individual time trial, it's just me against the clock, but power figures are still there at the moment, 284 average, which is really good. It's above what I wanted to achieve. Just hopefully get this over the line and get a good position. Nearly there now, final bend here. Just see if we can get this one over the line. And there you go, over the line for that one, finishing 25th, 284 average. Well, there you go then, stage 7 complete. One more stage to go tomorrow to finish off the TugaZ tour. If you've liked this video, please click that like button, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.